Hello and welcome to the Wargamer and my look at the new old format of White Dwarf. Yes, this is of course the return to the monthly format of White Dwarf. We've been having the weekly format for roughly about 2.5 years now, so it's really nice to see this monthly format coming back. And we'll be looking, taking a quick brief overview of the magazine. So on the front here, you can see that we've got the Gore Chosen art, which is of course the Khorne warriors fighting in that box game. We'll see that more in here. But most importantly, on the front of here, we actually got ourselves a Slaughter Priest with a hack blade. Now this miniature itself is about £15, and this magazine is £6. So yeah, you kind of look at the math and you think this is definitely worth picking up just for this Slaughter Priest that you get in here. So, but anyway, besides from that, you actually get really good content in here. So let's just open this up. So first of all, we get kind of a typical kind of rundown as to new products that have come out or are coming up. So we've got the Gore Chosen here, which I mentioned, which is the new board game that's coming out. We've got the Slaughter Priest here that we get on the front cover, along with some assembly instructions, and then we also get the return of the Void Shield Generator. Now this was that limited edition one, I think it was back in 2014. And it was a kind of a strange resin kit, but it's coming back in plastic and it's going to be £60, so it's great to hear about that. And we also have the new Kill Team box that's coming out as well. We also have some non-wargaming stuff, so we have some of the video games, Battlefield Gothic Armada, we've got the Bretonnians in Total War Warhammer, we've got Eternal Crusade as well. And then we also come to some more releases that are going to be coming up. And we've got here Khan the Betrayer, the miniature that we've already seen previewed on the Games Workshop's channel. And this is going to be £22, it's going to come out in September. Really looking forward to that miniature. And then we kind of come to some of the stuff that's in stores now. So we've got the Death Watch, of course, kind of an in-depth look at that. But it's not overpowering. It's not like how it was in the previous weekly episodes where literally the magazine would just become an advertisement for everything that's been out that week, and we can see all the products here. So this brings us to actually some of the actual White Dwarf content now. We've got a contact page here with just some like readers' letters in there. And we get the White Dwarf as well. Now I'm a little bit disappointed about this White Dwarf. It is just a rehash of the Unforged Dwarf Slayer that we got a couple of years ago, painted slightly differently. It would have been nice to see a new Grumbundle model, but it's still nice to see a White Dwarf of some sort. So we actually get some stat lines for in this box here. Now, one of the first articles that I'll be looking at is the Tale of Four Warlords. Now this is it's kind of the Tale of Four Gamers. It's kind of a reimagining of that. It's basically we've got four gamers or warlords, and each of those will be collecting a different Age of Sigmar force going over the next 6 months. And each month they'll have a challenge and have to add things to it. And each of them have started off with a start collecting box. It's a really interesting read. We've got some kind of interesting points from each of the members there about how they've set up the army and how they've painted them, things like that. Very interesting, looking forward to that. We've got a Hall of Fame, which is focusing on Nagash here. And we've got some of the concept art. And then we actually come to Army of the Month. It's really nice Eldar army with these fold out pages as well. So you get these full large cover items. You can just about see them just there as well. Really nice artwork and photography here. You can see just how huge this entire army is there. So just continuing, just fold these back in. We can see a lot more focus, a lot more information from the person who built this army. Some really nice photos you can see, very inspirational for your own work. And it actually carries on for quite a few pages. Which brings us to some of the interesting features that we actually get in here. Now on the front of it says it's the box game special. And basically this magazine adds in lots of new either character cards or missions for some of the box games that Games Workshop have been releasing. So we've got Death Watch Overkill, we've got a new Death Watch team for there, we've got a new mission for Space Hulk, we've also got another mission and another start line for a Loyalist Dreadnought as well, and a couple more scenarios. And then we also got some rules for Lost Patrol using Terminators instead of Scouts. And then we have some Execution Force as well, so you can use Demons instead of Cultists and the Terminator Lord. And this brings us to the Slaughter Priest that we get in here. We actually get a stat card that you can use in Silver Tower, as well as a character card that you can use in Gore Chosen as well. And we also get a couple more Gore Chosen characters as well. We've got Scar Bloodwrath and Valkyr the Bloody as well. And finally we get the Grumbundle as well. So we get a Silver Tower card as well, and also an Age of Sigmar stat line. This guy really is pretty good in Age of Sigmar, so definitely worth taking. And we also get a a stat line here that you can see. We can use the Corvus Black Star in, I forget the name, but it's the Stormcloud Attack, that's it. You can use it in Stormcloud Attack there. So obviously it's just a bit of advertisement. Before we come to some Horus Heresy stuff, now this is obviously the Golden Demon section. And you can see we've got lots of nice Golden Demon entries here. Really great inspirational artwork. It's kind of a mixture of visions mixed in with the old White Dwarf format as well. So it's nice to see these kind of things returning. And this brings us back into some Deathwatch. Now this isn't just an advert for the actual Deathwatch themselves. It gives them some really nice background about them, some really nice artwork as well that you've probably seen in the Codex already. Now this is one of the things that we've really been looking forward to returning in White Dwarf. And this is of course the huge battle reports. And you can see you've got an Age of Sigmar one called, I think it's called the Brimfire Ritual. It's basically some Khorne forces are trying to start a ritual with a Source Priest on this little dais here, and the Stormcast Eternals are trying to attack them. So really nice, long report, got all these diagrams about all the units, close-up photography. It really is an excellent return to the old battle report format. So just a brief advert for Age of Sigmar. We have some Imperial Knight focuses as well. I like these kind of art. We saw that on the Eldar as well. This kind of nice data stream kind of thing that's going on with the different sections as well. So even though these aren't necessarily recent, it's nice to see them coming back and getting a look in. You can see all the different houses there that you can see. Excellent if you want to paint up your own in some interesting colours. And we kind of get some, I get a brief look back at White Dwarf here. You can see some of the old, I think we're looking at October 1996. We're having a look inside that issue. So we've got some lizard men here. We've got lots of different things on this page. Really nice retro. You can see the old retro Predator there at the top. And we have some more photography of some nice boards. Just flipping these through. And then we have Blanchitsu as well. And a lot of people are very big fans of this segment, and this is obviously making a return. You can see some really nice Sicarian Ruststalker conversions as well, in that typical kind of Blanchitsu style. We've got a couple of pages there. Before coming on to kill teams, of course, this is the new release of the kill team rules as well. So we've got some more kill team examples that you can see here of how you can build your forces, for example. And I believe these ones are actually, I think some of these are actually available on the Games Workshop web store as well. And we actually come to a sprues and glue article. So this is like the hobby section now. So we get a brief guide on how you can assemble your Tau fire team to be a kill team. And you can see some Deathwatch conversions that we've got, just basically like sprue bashing and kit bashing, things like that. And we come to paint splatter as well. The first page gives you a rundown of base coats, washes, dry brushes, layers, things like that. And we actually see how to paint your Slaughter Priest and also Grombrindle as well. And this brings us to, again, some more designer's notes on Deathwatch as well, and then also the Codex, an advert, and some readers models as well. So if you've got any models that you want to submit, you can submit them to the magazine and you can see them in here. And this brings us, just flicking through, to some of the final pages as well, which is of course in the bunker as well. Just some information about what the White Dwarf team have been going on. So overall verdict, really nice to see a return to the monthly format. It really is an excellent content here. We've got lots of hobby advice in there. We've got a huge battle report as well, which is really excellent to see. Hopefully we'll see a 40k one in the future issues. Yeah, really is a nice magazine. And to be honest, it comes in at around about 130 pages altogether. Sorry, 150 pages. And considering that the old weekly format was averaging around about between 30 and 40 pages, you get 4 a month roughly, so you're actually still getting a lot more in here. And this is only £6 as well, so it's actually slightly cheaper than picking up on those magazines as well each week. So definitely worth picking up the first issue, even if you're just going to get it for the Slaughter Priest that we get in here. Definitely check that out. Excellent magazine, and yeah, I'm looking forward to going forward. Now, if you enjoyed this review of White Dwarf September 2016, do let me know in the comments below, and I'll maybe look at the next issue as well. And until next time, thanks for watching, and goodbye.